Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Hello and welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. I hope you're all well. Amazing video. Sorry, what was that?
North Bank, isn't it?
He keeps saying this every time we introduce him on the Kop TV. He has a word to say. We do have Don Robbie here, and we are looking forward to the Arsenal versus Liverpool League Cup game. I'm also joined by my brothers,
Magic,
James Redmond and Doyle. It's the Kop TV Takeover. You can see we're in the AFTV studio. This looks really good. I think this should stay.
That is a great.
It's a takeover.
That is a great.
Three of us, one of you.
That's brilliant.
You know, we could just do that.
Oh my God! Can we start off with the episode? The fact that Chelsea basically done me in on their TikTok.
Oh, they did.
Like, that was so heavy. So like they used the quote. You know that Manny video, Robbie?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like it was the quote at the start of that. Like I was just chatting shit. So I was just like, boss, amazing, sick, great. Like just using loads of adjectives to describe the performance. Anyway, they clipped that bit up for Kovacic's goal on their TikTok and they put it in the background.
You know what? During that game, yeah, I thought at first, yellow card, Mane. But when I've looked back at that,
it's clever.
That's a red. And do you know what, right? I don't know what it is about that guy, man. He likes to. He's done it after.
It's clever.
Nah, he's a bit seedy.
He leads with the elbow. I know, the Tierney one.
Mane is seedy.
Yeah, he should have been sent off for that one.
He leads with the elbow, so you think, oh, and then he gets you with the forearm.
Exactly. He's not hitting him with the elbow.
Not clever. He should have been sent off.
Do you want me to tell you why I don't think he should have been sent off? I don't think it should have because, if he hits him with the point of his elbow, I'm on to you. But he's not even looking at the player, so, you know, intent has got to be a factor. I know, obviously, you know, you've got to...
No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because you think about it, right? Like, on other positions in other tackles and that on the pitch, it can just be dangerous.
Yeah.
And you get a red. And I thought, even though at the time I was looking at it, go, he has got his eyes on the ball, but it's dangerous, man. The way he could have broke the guy's nose.
Has he done it because it's early and he knows that he won't
done
get
it many times before,
well, then
man.
that's clever.
I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's a red.
I thought the one at Arsenal was a red. I didn't think
Remember that one?
That was a red. Nah, that was 100.
Trust me,
man, he got away with murder against
Tierney. Marouane Fellaini used his elbows, I think.
Oh, they were his weapons then, right?
I'm not sure.
They were his mushrooms.
Are you sure he's gone to AFCON or is he gone to UFC?
Gone to Taekwondo.
He's gone to UFC.
Yeah,
he's out in the gym with him. Amazing. But listen, we will get into the Arsenal-Liverpool game that we hope will go ahead on Thursday. We have filmed a really nice little super fan debate that will be on AFTV tomorrow. It got heated, and if the word heated aren't in that title, in that video, then I don't know what anyone's playing at, because it went off. So make sure you watch that tomorrow. Of course, this video is sponsored by our friends Who Knows Wins. We've got a Liverpool special for the Arsenal game. You've seen the picks, guys. Some interesting ones. We've got Emile, Smith Rowe or Diogo Jota to score. Simply yes or no. And if you beat our predictions, you win the competition, which has rolled over from last week, which is a match ticket.
And we're very, very done, so that is very likely to be
Will there be a booking in the first 20 minutes of the match? Yes or no? I reckon there will.
Yes.
Definitely. Mane with an elbow. Oh no, he's not there.
You're still fans. You're legging onto the wrist there quick.
We might have trained Jota in the art of elbow, really, mate.
Match result, draw or both teams to score. I reckon it's quite likely that both teams could score there. Will a goal be scored in both halves? Yes or no? Got the full-time result. Will there be a penalty scored? Obviously, Kelleher likes saving penalties against Arsenal.
The Irish Ikakashia, we need to get turned
on. We need to get this trademark, by the way, the Irish
100%. Honestly, Robbie, he's brilliant.
He is.
We've also got a Liverpool clean sheet and a first half result. So if you do want to join in and you are of age, obviously gamble responsibly, hit the link in the bio. You can join us for this week's leagues on Who Knows Wins. But let's talk about the game.
Is it true that Mane's going to do the hacker before every game?
Listen, I have to admit, he is running he's running a bit of a tightrope there, because if one of those does connect and there's blood and it looks really bad.
He's very lucky. Listen, I like him as...
There was no blood or
I thought he's brilliant in the game. I like him as a player. You know, so aggressive, but...
I mean, he won't be there.
Do you know what he's done now? Do you know what he's done? He's put a target on his back. He's going to have to start running around with the ball like this now, lads.
With a straight jacket.
Honestly, lad, because the next time he brings an elbow anywhere near anyone's chin, lad, he's getting sent off. He's put a target on his back.
You know that Jamie Carragher is in the ref's ears every derby going, watch Fellaini's elbows there. So that's what we'll be saying.
It might not be as bad, but you know, like when Harry Kane was doing that thing, like a bit more often. Yeah, he back into play. Like he got known for that, so then he started getting criticised. Like Mane's in a very similar situation to where like this is becoming a bit of a thing.
Mane's such a nice fella.
Remember when he booted Ederson in the face?
Yeah, I mean, he never meant that, lad. That was
that weren't meant, but it looked like a sweet chin music.
All his assets, smart. All his stuff looks like it weren't meant.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think it was.
He's a nice bloke.
Silent assassin.
He won't be there on Thursday.
No, he won't.
COVID, AFCON, injuries, suspensions has depleted probably everyone's squad in football right now. The best way that we can line up, I guess, if looking at it from a Liverpool point of view, and we'll get to Arsenal after, what does that look like?
Well, you've got to go with Kelleher in goal, I feel. I mean, obviously, Alisson, is he out for this game confirmed? Or could... If he's back,
stick with Kelleher, even if Alisson is available.
Do you know what? I'm weirdly the same, and it's just because, like, Alisson at the moment, I feel like in a big game especially, it just makes me think to myself, like, he could make a mistake. Because he's just been doing that a bit more recently. Do you think that
as a rival fan? Are you looking at Alisson?
Because he's a great goalkeeper.
He can make a mistake.
Like his footwork at times, like he's actually good with his feet, but he makes stupid decisions, and that's the difference.
He always has a period in the season.
Where he makes
listen, it's hard for goalkeepers, isn't it? So
the one man with the
he always comes
responsibility.
out of a little period where, and he makes bad mistakes. You know what I mean?
When you're a goalie, one mistake is a goal.
Yeah, no, but he's still quality. He's quality keeper.
It's 1-on-1. Alisson's untouched, but Kelleher all round looks like a good goalkeeper to me. So I'd like to see him.
The defence again. There's rumours that there's no Matip. There's rumours that Van Dijk probably won't get used. Do you bring in my favourite, your favourite as well, in a way, Nathaniel
Dini Van Phillips? Absolutely.
That's what we call him.
I don't want to see Joe Gomez. I love Joe Gomez, but I don't want to see him. I much prefer someone who are not...
It's a big shout, you know.
Did you see the way Nathaniel Dini Van Phillips done Ibrahimovic?
Yeah,
in Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips, but that's
Kop TV hero.
Yeah, he done that in Maldini's backyard, by the way. He just turned two players and had a man of the match performance, clean sheet.
I thought you lot tried to get rid of him.
At the San Siro.
The right price, we will sell you.
He wants to go because he's not better than Matip or Virgil van Dijk. That's the issue. But him and Kanate, he boo.
I'd still rather start Van Dijk, lads, and the reason being is they're going to come at us gung-ho. They're going to put Saka, they're going to put Martinelli, and they're going to put Odegaard or
Devil's Avocado.
Or Lacazette.
Devil's Avocado. Get on this, lad. If you think about it, Kanate is arguably, he had a better game against Chelsea, arguably.
Yeah.
Kanate's had a few good games. He stepped up against Leicester when he came on in the 45th minute and really done a job for us. And he was huge. I thought he was probably our man of the match, him or Keita.
Yeah.
Is it not worth giving him a shot in a big game, in a semi-final, to see if he can really step up to the plate, especially when you take form into consideration? Because that's a big factor.
Put Virgil van Dijk next to him, lad. What's wrong with that?
I think put Virg play.
I'm fine with Virg playing.
I'm happy with Nat Phillips playing
at Anfield. I just think all of our first choice players are out, you know, with all these injuries.
When we're in Anfield, yeah, we can take a little bit of risks, like we've got the atmosphere.
Is Virg available?
I think so. He played the last game, so
we think players are available, but can happen on the day that they just get COVID, can't it? So we want him to be available right now, and he is, I think. So Virgil van Dijk and Kanate for me is spot on, lads.
Let's rattle through the rest of the team, and then we'll ask for Robbie's response to it and who he thinks it could be a danger.
So Shane McCass, Nico Williams.
Yes, brother. Yeah. Yes.
Midfield, I'd go with probably. I'd like to see Henderson, Curtis Jones, Oxlade-Chamberlain.
I think that's probably our strongest.
I'd like on the back of Milner's performance against Chelsea, definitely give a free kick away, but he was boss.
He was good in the
game.
Was.
I'd like Hendo, Milner and Curtis.
Oh
yeah, I want
Milner and Henderson.
I want to shore up the shop on this game, right? They're going to come at us at their ground. It's going to be difficult for us, so we need to have one attacking midfielder and two absolute warehorses that are just going to run for the team.
I agree with that, you know.
No, I agree.
Because then you can play Ox further up on the right.
Part of the bus.
Yeah.
Origi.
We were on the back foot against Chelsea.
Let's be honest, he is not going to play Oxlade-Chamberlain on the right-hand side. No. He is a false nine or a centre midfielder in Jürgen.
I don't get the false nine, you know.
Because when he was at Arsenal, there was such a conundrum, really. Does he play right back, right wing back? He wanted to play in central midfield. Now he's saying he's a bit of a Firmino, a bit of a false nine. Where is his best position?
At Arsenal, it was wide.
No one knows.
It was that wide. But he can play midfield. I think he's done it well for Liverpool, so...
I'd say he's had a much better time in the centre for us than out wide.
Before he got injured in that City game, lad, he was phenomenal. He was fantastic, and it was like he was a new player altogether.
That's the problem with him, he's always injured.
Yeah, and so after that, I don't think he's quite hit the levels that he was at. Still a good player, and he's still a good option for us, but I'd rather see Curtis Jones start, you know.
With Oxlade, would you rather see him in the midfield or the wing this game? Because I want to put it in this perspective. Minamino's done well in the League Cup, But who's better as a right winger? I'd probably edge Oxlade-Chamberlain to have
a
better all-round game, because Minamino chips in with goals, but he even had this problem when he went out on loan to Southampton. He'd score, but they wouldn't rate his performances, and that's why they weren't too keen on keeping him, because it was just like, yeah, whatever. So that's why I'd probably edge Oxlade-Chamberlain, but I know it's not going to happen.
Big game for him as well, because it's against his old team. So I would like to see Oxlade that way.
That's what I was going to say. He played well against Arsenal in the League Cup, scored against you at Anfield. Asking Arsenal the perspective from there now, how strong do you go into this game? Because again, you're going to have so many players out, but you still have to go for it. Like we've all said in the AFTV preview as well, we all want to win this desperately.
Yeah, I hope that Arsenal go really strong. You know, we've got a harder FA Cup game than you guys. We've got to go away to Nottingham Forest.
True.
But I just think you do every game by, especially with what's going on with all this COVID stuff. You do every game by game. Arsenal, although we lost at the weekend, there's a real good feel-good factor around Arsenal. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have lost that game. Yeah. We played really well. We've been playing well all December, you know. And I feel that this is a competition that we can win. And, you know, I think it's a good opportunity for Arsenal because, you know, you look at Liverpool, you know, they're missing a couple of, you know, the two best players have gone to the African Cup of Nations. Yeah. But I think when I look at Arsenal, we're missing a lot of players as well. I mean, Thomas Partey, for me, was a man of the match in that game at the weekend. He's at AFCON with Ghana. You know, well, Aubameyang's had his problems anyway, but he's gone. He's with Gabon. There's no Nicolas Pepe, who's been playing a lot in these League Cup games and been very, very good. You know, scores goals, affects games. He's not there.
Top scorer in the competition? 6 goals?
I think he might either him or Smith Rowe, but he's away with Ivory Coast. Yeah. And Mohamed El Neni has played in all these games and been solid. He's with Egypt. So we're missing a lot of players as well. So, but what I want to see Arsenal do is just say, right, whoever's available out of the starting lineup that played at the weekend, let's go with them. I'd make a change in goal because Leno's been coming in these. Still a top quality keeper. He's been solid in this competition. Leno starts in this. Right back, I'd want to stick with Tomiyasu because I just rate him so highly.
He's quality.
Yeah, it is.
And then there's going to be no Gabriel, so probably holding Ben White. I'd like to see. Then on the left-hand side, maybe give Tierney a rest because, you know, it's again, that's a guy that's played a lot of minutes, quite injury prone, but Nuno Tavares has been brilliant. And, you know, he's a sort of player as a wing-back. I think it will give the back line of Liverpool a lot of problems. Yeah. It's the midfield that I'm wondering because, you know, there's a lot of rumours that Ainsley Maitland-Niles is going already to Roma. It surprises me. I thought we would have held on to him at least till after these games.
I did.
But it looks like he'll be going to Roma. So I'm trying to work out who's going to play in that midfield. It's probably going to be Xhaka, Sambi Lokonga, who's decent. You know, he's coming.
Torreira's off to Fiorentina as well.
Torreira's already at Fiorentina, so he's not here.
Next year, and
then I guess you play those two. You can play Odegaard in there, and then you've got up front. You know, I'd go Lacazette.
This is where the staff is for me. Yeah.
You know, and either Smith Rowe or Martinelli.
For me, my biggest fear is Martinelli. I don't know about you.
Yeah, same.
Martinelli's my biggest.
Martinelli
over
Saka's a joke.
Right now, for me, I think the player that's the most dangerous player at Arsenal right now is Saka.
Yeah.
I've seen him on so many games over the past month just have
great goal against City.
Players on toast. I mean, he can go outside, inside. He's taking players on at will. He's been brilliant. Martinelli's been brilliant as well, but maybe they might say, well, take out Martinelli and put Smith Rowe in because Smith Rowe's been scoring.
I think Martinelli will be if Arsenal are to go ahead and win this game, which I think is a possibility, even though, you know, obviously I'm giving.
Well, we're at home, man.
Exactly. So it's going to be a big one.
Put some respect on that because I heard you guys a lot talking about Anfield. Oh, it's Anfield and this.
Anfield,
but there's going to be an incredible atmosphere at the Emirates as well, right? Yeah. And that's a night game, and I'm telling you, that's going to be a tough ask for Liverpool because we're playing well at the moment, and we've been strong at home. And you know, the only two teams, you know, we've lost 2 at home, Chelsea, where we were poor, but. You know, and that City game, come on, universally, I think people looked at that game and said we shouldn't have lost that.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a tough game for Liverpool, but it's Liverpool. You're a great side, you know what I mean? You can grind it out, but it's going to be I personally think that Arsenal, we have to win this first leg.
Yeah.
We have to win this first leg. If we can win the first leg, we got a chance in the second leg. We've got good pedigree in cup competitions. Yeah. Just like you guys have, we have very good, you know what I mean? We a lot of times in semi-finals, quarter-finals, we turn over big teams. Yeah. We're not really scared at that level.
Your run to the FA Cup was impressive.
When we won the FA Cup, we beat Man City in the semi-final, and then we beat Chelsea in the final.
Well, can these youngsters step up to that occasion?
Well, that's the other thing. I think with what it is with Arsenal at the moment, it's funny, the other day I was at the game and me and my mate were watching the game and we're like, you know what? It was the League Cup game, sorry, not the City game. And we're like, you know what, right? We go, these League Cup games, we used to go to it and we used to be looking out for the youngsters that are gonna come off the bench and that, but we're like, they're already playing. Yeah. They're established now. All of these young players, because remember, Martinelli is what, 20, 21. Smith Rowe, 20, 21. Saka, same age. They're all young players. They're all young, and they seem like they've been around for ages. Even guys like your Gabriels and people like that, who people think they're big, old established. They're only like 21, 22.
Nah, it's a young squad.
So it's a very young squad. Nuno Tavares, I think, is 21. Tierney's 22 or 23. 23, I think he is.
Kids, literally kids.
They're such a young team. So even those young players that you would have looked on, they've played so many games. Yeah. They're not really like you look on it and say, like
Saka's been to a cup final in the Euros.
He's played in the Euros. He's played the final in the Euros. So
I like his performances for England.
They're very
plays very well for England.
They're young players, but they're very experienced players. Martinelli.
I really like Smith Rowe. He had a poor game at Anfield, but I really like Smith Rowe. I think he's probably my favourite youngster.
So I think
Martinelli, I fear as well. So it is. We can't look at Arsenal the way we have been for years. Like, you can't look at them the same as like Aubameyang's washed and this, that and the other. Like, this is a hungry team, even though it's a young team, inexperienced. Well, actually, still got a bit of experience.
There, he's 30 odd.
Lacazette's in there, he'll be the experienced head.
And he's actually been important to your system, innit? Because Lacazette's been doing bits by like moving around, giving players space and stuff like that.
He's literally played that false number 9 for Firmino type
he floats really nicely.
And I do think Xhaka will play in that game. I think Xhaka will play, especially with knowing El Neni there. Yeah. And Xhaka's like one of these engine players where he could play every day.
Well, we did have a market open there for a yellow in the first 20 minutes. I reckon Xhaka could get that if he needs.
You see, this is the problem with Arsenal this season and last season, is the discipline issue. As well as we played against Man City, when I went back and I sat down and analysed the game, I'm like, all right, poor refereeing and stuff like that, but we gave away a penalty. When we played against Manchester United, dominating them, lose the game by giving away a penalty. We've done it so many times, giving away stupid penalties, getting sent off down to 10 men. We've got to cut that out.
It's part and parcel with youth, that old Robbie, mate. That's what it is. It's
true. It's not. Xhaka's not a youth, though.
No, he's not. He's just an anomaly, mate. He's just off his head, isn't he?
So we've got to cut that out. But I think we've got a chance, man. I'm looking at Liverpool with the struggles with COVID. Your manager's out, just like ours is. The struggles with COVID, the players at the African Cup of Nations. I think it's a great time
to play Liverpool.
I agree.
And, Liverpool just coming off of a tough game against Chelsea. All right, we had the game against City, but it's a day earlier, and it does make a difference. Yeah. So, it's going to be an interesting one. And we've had some good games in this League Cup, haven't we?
A few quick fire questions before we finish this one off. Who's going to go through out of Liverpool and Arsenal? Who is going to win the competition? And what's your favourite League Cup memory of Liverpool-Arsenal? 3 quick fire questions, off you go.
Liverpool, and...
Same, lads.
And I'd probably have to say 5-5. It's the most vivid one in my brain, but also that was just a crazy game of footy, man. And then obviously we went on to win it on penalties. I think any game like Leicester where you win it on penalties, it's just like a big, do you know what I mean? Like you can proper laugh at them. I love a penalty shootout, and I was there for that one, and the atmosphere was insane. Even the Arsenal fans turned up. So I reckon that's the way I'd go.
Doyle, who's going through and who's winning?
double Liverpool,
so
of course.
You think Liverpool will win the League Cup?
Yeah, lads, I think,
you're really
the Premier League right now, we're looking at it, it looks like City are probably going to win. Liverpool are going to go for every cup that they can possibly win, and I think they should do it. We're in the semi-final already, go for it. If Liverpool decides to go for it, they can win some.
With the Kop TV takeover in the AFTV studio.
Be honest with yourself, we're going to have a conversation.
You're about to get evicted, you know what I mean? Right. I'm going Arsenal to win on Thursday night. I think, yes, of course, I think Arsenal.
So you think that you'll beat Spurs or Chelsea in the final?
Why not?
Because Spurs have improved.
We've beaten Spurs.
Chelsea is still arguably better than you.
Listen. We've beaten Spurs already this season, right? We destroyed Spurs, and that was when we weren't even playing well.
Different circumstances.
And I'm sorry, right? I've not been that. Spurs have improved under Conte. They haven't been unbelievable. You look at analyse their games, break them down. They scraped a win against Watford the other day. They're nothing special, right? And we can beat Chelsea. I think we can beat Chelsea as well. I wouldn't be fearful of any of those two in the final.
I would not past Liverpool first.
Right? Sorry?
Get past Liverpool
first. Got to get past Liverpool first, but I think we will. I think we'll win the first leg. I'm not sure if we'll win the second leg, but I think we're going to get through over 2 legs.
Sure.
And I do think we can win the final, yeah. I think we've got pedigree playing in cup games, you know what I mean? We've got an unbelievable record when we play at Wembley. So why not? I'm telling you.
Favourite League Cup memory?
You're not going to be going this year. I'll be so unlucky.
Just saying the game. The game at Anfield will be a tough game, but it's different to your normal game at Anfield because some of the big boys won't be there. You know what I mean? We'll have
the Leicester game was bigger than none of our first players.
12 players, think it is.
We'll get like 7,000 fans. We'll be able to come to that game. We'll get the whole end. I remember when I was there for that 5-5. The atmosphere was absolutely unbelievable. You know what I mean? That was so it's a little bit different to your normal Anfield night where it's not. It's like the whole ground's you guys.
Yeah.
So that changes the dynamic of it. So if we go into that with a lead, I'm pretty confident that we can get the job done. The only thing I would say is that second game, we've then got Spurs at the weekend. After that, the North London derby, we got them on the Sunday.
Big game.
So does that change the selection?
Could work against you that.
I think it could work against us. That's why I think it's so important that we win that first leg on Thursday night.
Arteta, without a doubt, will be putting the priority on this League Cup, man.
That's
what how many years has he been at Arsenal for, dead quick?
3?
2.
You're mad, and to win a League Cup and an FA Cup with a squad that was in the position
you look at that on paper, you're like
on paper, amazing.
I'd say this about Mikel Arteta, since he's come in at Arsenal,
he's made you better this season.
He puts a lot of priorities on these trophies. He's like, let's try and win them.
And that's good.
The only time when he didn't was last season. I remember last season in the FA Cup, and we played Southampton, he put out a weakened team. And we lost. And, he got a lot of stick over there. Man. And I've noticed in the League Cup, he's gone pretty, some of the teams that he's put out, although he's changed up a lot, he's put youngsters in and that, I've been surprised. I've been like, wasn't expecting to see him play. Wasn't expecting to see him play.
Learned that from Pep, If you want your fans on your side, you want your fans on your side, lads, give them silverware. That's how you do it.
This is one of the things that I find amazing nowadays in cup competitions, right, is the resting. It's just like sometimes players being unnecessarily rested. It's just ridiculous. We'll go into the FA Cup this weekend, and you'll see lower league teams resting their whole.
It's madness.
What's that about? You know what I mean? You'll have teams that are maybe playing a Premier League team, and they're like, well, we're going to lose anyway. We're going to rest our whole team. I think it's ridiculous.
It's a lot. Takes away from the magic of the game.
Use your squad. Be sensible. But try and play a strong team to win the game.
I think that's what Arteta's done better this season is the fact he's used his squad more and he's bought more of his players. And even though it might not be everyone's favourite choice, like a lot of people say Pepe should start more and etc. Still working, like Odegaard's finding a bit of form. But the thing is about it as well, James, it's a better squad this year.
That's
what I mean.
So what it is, right, there's a better depth. So last year, if Kieran Tierney's out, we're just like,
now you've got Tavares.
Cancel the game, man. The left-hand side's done. Right, this season we're like, well,
you haven't got those them players that will cost you games as well anymore, like Bellerin and...
Oh, they still got Jota, lads. They still got Jota. Don't worry about that, lads.
That's a good point.
He'll cost you 5 games.
He's looking at you, we've got Xhaka.
Because he costs, you know,
he'll probably take out one of our players before he makes a mistake.
Even Gabriel, he literally got a yellow one and give himself another yellow.
Yeah, it was very stupid, although... You know, the referee, the referee is ridiculous.
That game,
these are where they've got to learn as young players, you know what I mean? But it's going to be interesting, and there'll be a lot of young players out for Liverpool. A lot of youngsters out, you know, for Liverpool as well. I'm looking forward to the game because it's such... over the 2 legs, it's hard to call because you don't even really know what the makeup of the 2 teams is going to be.
Yeah, we're all looking forward to seeing the lineup. Who knows what it's going to be? Quickly, favourite League Cup memory? Liverpool, Arsenal.
I like that 5-5 as well. I really enjoyed that game. I was gutted when we lost it, man.
But the atmosphere
it was a brilliant atmosphere. I think it was like one of those where once you equalised, all the momentum just. I knew we were going to lose the penalty shoot. But the 6-3.
The 6-3,
Baptista, the beast.
4 goals in that game. That was.
You know what I mean? That was a brilliant game. There's been some good ones, isn't it? There's been some.
Listen, let's hope for another battle. Touch wood. I don't even think that is wood. That this game goes ahead.
Yes.
So hopefully we can see that. Guys, go and subscribe to James Redmond, my brother, if you haven't already. We've got Freestyle DM, who, of course, is a natural now on the DR Sports Media channel.
Yeah, man.
I should say.
Yeah, he's on there, man.
He's on there.
I'm
bringing the friendly Scouse vibes for the.
He went friendly on the weekend.
You're losing it. He doesn't like Chelsea.
He's losing it with that Coventry score.
Obviously, go and check out our preview for this game on AFTV tomorrow. And of course, this video is sponsored by Who Knows When, so get involved with the link in the description. And I guess we'll see you next time. All the best. Take care. Whoa. Just before you go...
Don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.